but we've got well over 20 million, maybe even 30 million people doing this or interacting every day. This tour was for us to get out and connect, because one of the reasons why I believe that I do this is for the children. Our kids coming up are the ones who are going to run this world. And getting to the universities, we're starting in Australia, we're going to be starting with universities. Depression, anxiety are issues that are happening in the campuses right now, to the point where there's actual major budgets that are aligned for this.
What we used to do in 2 or 3 hours, then we got it to like 30 minutes. Then we got it to 15 minutes, but now it's like literally 2 or 3 minutes of working with somebody and it's like, boom. These are the products that we use personally because they support our life. For some of you, you might know, but we went down to the food in our cupboards. My mom was coming every Sunday bringing us food, and we committed ourselves to make this free. All right, you want to sync up?
Yeah.
Head to left. Breathe. 2, 3. Nose. 2, 3. Eyes.
Yeah, I actually got tired.
Start with some psychic protection. Oh, you want me to put it on?
I mean, you're starting.
All right. That's twice.
Can you pass me that super itchy, horrible pillow?
What do you want with it?
I just want something
Really?
comfy to fit. I don't know.
It's all good.
Never mind.
So I guess I just wanted to talk about some of the updates. Like, we've got Australia coming up, and we're now working with the universities. Do you want to talk more about what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time because the start of the tour was actually, we have, collectively, we have about 3.5 million people on our platforms and in our programs, but we've got well over 20 million, maybe even 30 million people doing this or interacting every day. And one of the things was this tour was for us to get out and connect, because this practice was done all at home. Everybody started during the pandemic, so everybody was doing it at home as a private practice, which is unlike even yoga, where yoga you go to a studio to start. And what we've been finding is, as we've done this tour, is that people are coming out. I mean, we're selling out in the thousands with even just weeks' notice. And so we've just been setting date by date by date. The intention of the tour, in my mind, was to really connect all these people that are out there, and then start bringing the practitioners and the local healers in, so that we could develop community. One of the biggest communities, and one of the reasons why I believe that I do this, is for the children. Our kids coming up are the ones who are going to run this world. And, I'm 55. You guys are actually in the running of the world stage, but in 5 to 10 years, yeah, you've got all these young adults coming out of colleges who have been completely lost and abandoned with social practices. They don't know how to self-soothe. They've grown up in stressful environments. And getting to the universities, we're starting in Australia, we're going to be starting with universities. Suicide, depression, anxiety are issues that are happening in the campuses right now, and to the point where there's actual major budgets that are aligned for this. So partnering with universities is a starting point. And then it also allows us to move over to the athletic programs as well, because there's a couple reasons that I saw as a practitioner that people would end up on my tables or in my clinic. One of them was they grew up in a dysfunctional family with lots of trauma, lots of abuse. The other one was they grew up playing sports, and 95% of the kids who go through college sports get tore up and have injuries, and it affects them for the rest of their lives. So even going into the sporting programs in the colleges is going to allow us to circumvent a lot of the traumatic actions and also the thought processes that go along with injuries. And I'm super excited about it. We'll be starting in Australia this coming November. And we'll be setting up in advance with the student body, people that go through our 28-day reset and our lifestyle artist program with a specific coaching program so that they can be facilitators on the campuses. And we will be putting that out in advance. We'll be meeting with them, doing a hands-on training so that they can actually help people, and they know how to help people and what to do, and what's really serious and what just needs a little bit of talking. And giving them some facilities so that they can start working as we come in and do a larger event. Some of the universities are going to be 3,000, 5,000, up to 10,000 people. Students coming in where we do a complete group event, but they have inside the community a group of people that are already built and into the practice and helping. And those people that are in that community have access to a worldwide network that we have of practitioners and coaches and doctors and therapists, so that they're not alone. They actually have people that they can reach out to and call who understand how to help and understand how to get rid of the biggest issues that we're dealing with right now, is the stress, which doesn't let the trauma process. So that's starting on this. This fall, and then as we start to move through Australia, we'll be opening that same opportunity back up in America.
Also, it's giving students tools to help themselves. Like when you're studying and you're stressed all the time, it's like there's no way to manage your stress. I mean, you can go to yoga, you can work out, you can do all these things, but there's not enough time in the day to actually balance. And these are tools that people can do in just a couple minutes. They can even do them while they're in the lecture hall learning, and they can just pull their finger and twist their fascia and help themselves in the class. And I think that that's super valuable. But what I think is even more interesting is we didn't actually know we were really going on a world tour. It was like, let's go to Austin, and then we ended up in Austin, then all of a sudden we were supposed to go to Malibu and then New York and then Europe, and it all just kind of unfolded. So I think one of the things that we were talking about is it just felt like one event. Like it didn't feel like a series of events. It felt like one, and there wasn't much planning around it. So
there's still not much planning around it.
Yeah, but with that, we've now realized a lot of things that we can do to make it better and to help us, because it's a lot of load on us when we're traveling from one place to another and helping so many people. So I wanted to just bring up how we're looking for people to join our team and to help support us in this mission and getting this out to people on the world tour. Now, what that might look like, it might be people working remotely helping us with the operations, but also people coming on the road who can help support producing the events, filming the events, editing the events, and helping us just put it together so that it's easier on us to help people. I think some of you have heard this already. We had a long lineup in Austin of about 300 people on each side. They had 300 people, we had 300 people. And there's this thing that we've been talking about for the past few weeks, which is there's been a change in us. And I just wanted to open it up if you wanted to share what you've noticed after working with, I think we've probably touched 1,000 people physically with our hands in the last 2 months.
Actually, more than 1,000. Way more than 1,000.
Yeah, more than that.
A couple thousand each.
Which is interesting because we go to
3 months almost.
we go to these events and we're doing a class and we're teaching people how to heal themselves, but there's still this need for personalized care that people have. And one of the things that we've been doing is bringing coaches to help us help people hands-on after. But we've noticed a change when working with people. Do you want to share what you're experiencing?
Yeah, I think one thing also that we're looking for, before I share that, it's also people that keep those communities that we start alive after we leave a city. So like when we go like to Austin, or that we have been to Prague and something, and that community gets the first feeling, coaches help each other, people get that moment. There has to be people within that community, within that like ecosystem that now nurtures that, train others, support others, host weekly classes, and we will support those weekly classes. We will train those people that wanna like stand up and be the leaders within their communities, but also build more leaders. Because as we go and the world keeps getting more fun, we're gonna need more leaders everywhere. So that's also a very important position that is in need right now during the tour. Now for the touch, I think for me has been really the second you like approach somebody and like you put their hands, either it's like this incredible openness or safety feeling where they just melt, or you see how all of the armor goes down and they just let go, like without doing a maneuver, without doing anything, without even an exchange of words. Like it's one second, and it's like boom, like the process begins, or it just goes wild. Either that or passing out. Maybe after one maneuver, or not even. Sometimes without words, it's just so powerful and insane, and it feels like the connection is just instant now. So that's pretty powerful.
Well, even being in Colombia, I've helped a few people locally, and it's like within 2 minutes they're passing out, having a full life transformation, or they're crying, or some extreme emotional shift, and it's literally just 2 minutes. It was like what we used to do in 2 or 3 hours. Then we got it to like 30 minutes. Then we got it to 15 minutes, but now it's like literally 2 or 3 minutes of working with somebody, and it's like boom, and their body's changing. And I think part of that is because of the number of people that we're interacting with. There's like an up level that I feel like we're experiencing. Like it's like our tuning forks are much stronger. Yeah. When did you notice that?
I mean, I've been constantly working on people, so I felt the big shift happen in Tulum, and I think there's a couple of things that have been going on for me. Number one is people are more ready. They're coming to a crisis point in their lives, and people that haven't been taking care of themselves, that have been letting traumas build up and stresses, they're in stress constantly, and they have been for a couple of years, even with the current world situation. The last 3 years, people have had this stress put on them worldwide, and they haven't been able to go anywhere to relieve it, because everywhere they go, they still have the stress. So I think that's accumulating, and that's why, on top of our changes in us personally, the people are simultaneously meeting us at their peak of dysfunction. And I think the combination of that is providing people the opportunity to change faster than they've ever changed before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the people that are coming to us are energetically ready. So I think that the process that they're going through before they come to us, then they are in tune. So when we come together, then there's this instant connection that brings up everything that you just spoke about in that instant moment. It happens quite fast.
We move together like a class first before we get to do the work. That I also feel it brings a lot up, no, like that aspect of healing in community, and just being vulnerable, and also allowing tears to flow, or this to happen, or weird sounds coming out of your body as a group before we even get to like the one-on-one or teaching each other. That has also been super powerful. And there's also the element, I think, that something we do very well, the four of us, is also taking care of us and making sure we are good and balanced and centered and nourished in multiple ways, no, like energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally, before we even start the day or engage with anybody. And not just during an event, like everyday life,
Every day.
every single day, like no negotiable, whatever, it's a day off or whatever that is, no, like we still are showing up for ourselves with the end mission or end vision in mind. Like that never stops. That is not a, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle, no. And I think we have done, or we do that very well, in a way that then when we share it, it also has more impact, because it's coming from a place that is full, and not a place of lack, not a place of I'm gonna do this to get this in exchange from you, but from a place of
Fully giving.
fully giving, exactly.
Fully giving.
Mm-hmm.
And also full presence, and just being there for each other, but also for the mission, but also for the people, but also for the everything that we do. And I think
I don't think I know that has a very, very big difference in how it shows up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we used to be exhausted after helping like 1 or 2 people. Now it's like 300 and we can still go, which is crazy. Now we're doing the hands-on workshops, which it's really we're doing them before the bigger events because we want to teach people how to help others. So when they show up to the bigger event, they have a ton of people that they can support and help. And it's not just for practitioners or coaches, it's for anybody that wants to learn how to help, like family members or their partner or their friends or family or clients. And by coming to these workshops, what we want to do is give them the ability to practice at these bigger events, because what we're noticing now is there's too many people. Like we aren't able to physically work on or help everybody that comes. And if we have 30 or 40 or 50 or 100 coaches showing up and they all help a couple people at those events, then we'll grow much faster. And it'll really help everybody have that like intimate hands-on experience at the end. So coming into the fall now, we've got Vancouver, Toronto, we've got Orange County, California. We're looking at Minnesota, Florida, and then to Europe and Asia. So there's a lot coming in terms of our world tour, and we're learning a lot along the way. And I think it's going to be pretty fun. And with that, there's actually something that we've been working on, which is a travel kit. As we travel to maintain a healthy lifestyle, there's there's the water, there's the pots and pans, there's the bed sheets, the detergent, the soaps. There's
Shower.
the shower, like the water coming out of the tap. There's just so many variables to live a healthy life now that what we're doing is we're pioneering a way that you can do it on the road. And we've partnered with some pretty big companies to support us in that. But it's time for us to take it to the next level. So we actually brought someone onto our team to help us with partnerships and products and finding these products that are going to support healthy living. So we're going to be launching a brand new partner and affiliate program where we bring different partners from around the world together to connect, but we also build media and stories around them so people from around the world start to get to know the people who are doing really good things to help people with their health, their body, their life, their businesses. So I'm excited for that program. We're going to be launching it over the next couple of weeks, and I think it's going to make a big difference.
Really exciting. It's going to be powerful in people's lives.
We also have the centers. We have Vancouver, Lions Bay, and then we have Mexico, which what we want to do is take the products that we represent and have them put into those centers so that everybody who comes through it, all of our people, all our lifestyle artists, all of our celebrities, all of our practitioners, all the people that we train get to have the experience. Because I've noticed that being a practitioner, being in this industry, and then stepping out to take care of myself. Taking care of myself required all these other things that I just didn't think about. Like I ate well, I was organic, but you didn't really think too much about the shower head. You didn't really think about all the little things that go into living a healthy lifestyle. And it takes a moment for people to get used to it. And it can't just be something on a website. It has to be something that they touch, from the mattress to the sheets, all the way to like the shower filters and stuff like that, so that people get a real experience. So part of it is we're going to be looking for, vendors who we can work with, who will take these properties that we have and the other ones that we're working with, because there's a number that we stay at all the time, and making sure that those properties are fully equipped and they're testimonials to the lifestyle that we want to live. We currently put everything up in boxes and we ship it or we haul it to these locations with a setup team. And I mean, it's working. I mean, but what we're starting to do is leave boxes of stuff in different parts of the world. And if you have products or services that fit our lifestyle, and you want to get them out to the world, I mean, we see tens of millions of people get of views and contacts that we get, with over 50,000 questions a week coming in. So we have the capacity and the facility to get your message out, and we're looking to partner with you to do that, that's for sure.
Yeah, and also building the education behind it. I feel that we have amazing partners so far. Like some wizards, magic, like all kind of partners, but that they also have their own mission and their core values, which are things that are very important for us. And these people have built their products based on values, based on beliefs, based on passion. So I feel also building the education that brought them to that great product, it's very important. Not just the product itself, but kind of like all of the behind the scenes. Like when we went to Vegas, that you were showering with water bottle and a towel, trying to like get clean because the chlorine at the place,
Arsenic,
yeah, like from the shower, it was just way too much, no? So you end up like washing with a bottled water, no, because we didn't have yet like the shower thingies that you put to control the water. So the education behind it, it's also very important.
Yeah. And I had a conversation with Gary in the water earlier too. It's like, there's companies doing amazing things with good core values and they're helping a lot of people that even though they're great products and they have a good mission and they're helping a lot of people, I might not use the product personally, but we can still share it with people. And I was having this conversation because I was like, there's products that I don't use that would benefit other people, but I don't feel authentic telling people to get it if I don't use it. So it was really a conversation just about like, these are the products that we use personally because they support our life, and then these are the products that are on a mission and have good values, and they do help a lot of people, and they are natural and organic and help sustain a healthy lifestyle. So there's kind of like two categories that we're going in, which is like, here's a container of products that we believe in, and then here's the ones that we personally use, and people will be able to actually find the ones that we use every single day. Because there's certain products I use 3 times a day that I really want to talk about, and then there's these other products that are helping people that we also want to support too. So I think that that's really important to kind of show people which ones we like to personally use. Yeah.
Human garage use and human garage approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There is a difference.
as I go through my own personal journey, I use less and less and less and less of everything. I don't use skin cares. I don't use creams. I barely use anything in my hair. Toothpaste. I mean, everything has been reduced to nothing. So at some point, I don't have a lot to recommend other than the clothes I wear and the food I eat and some supplements
Water
and
we
oils.
drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but there was a journey to get here, and I think it's important that people are able to find their own way through that journey, and there was a stepping stone of getting there. Like there was a time when we still ate, when we still ate meat, and I want people to be, if they're going to still get organic meat. If they choose to, then have the best sources. But that's not what I do, and providing that step, that facility for people to make those transition and changes, like skin creams. Now, you're going to need them for a while, but after a while, you get to a point where I don't need any skin cream anymore.
Yeah. A lot of people don't really know our mission and why we do what we do. And when we started this 4 years ago, it was finding a process that could give us our own tools to help ourselves. And we had committed ourselves to getting that out to people for free, which came with a lot of pain and a lot of struggle because, I personally almost gave up like 50 or 60 times trying to make this all work. And I mean, for some of you, you might know, but we went down to the food in our cupboards. My mom was coming every Sunday bringing us food and trying to help us. And we committed ourselves to make this free because there's a lot of people in countries that can't afford healthcare and don't have the tools to help themselves. So we made it our mission to inspire people to heal themselves and give them the tools. Like we're here in Colombia now and we're doing a free public event to help people just because of the economic status and to share this in countries where they can't get this type of education and support. So for anybody who donates and contributes to our mission, I just want to say thank you from our team because it really does go a long way. It helps us go from one country to the next to really share with people how to heal themselves and give us the opportunity to go to universities and hospitals and schools and get this work into children's programs. So thank you so much if you have donated and you've contributed in some way by either helping people or purchasing a supplement or even just donating financially. It really helps.
I also want to say thank you to all the practitioners that are out there, I mean, we're starting to work with some of the world's best doctors in every field who are open to a new way of looking at things and who are actually now having personal experiences and using their science backgrounds to explain what we're doing in a new way. We don't want to be in the battle of arguing about how the body works. I mean, I don't think I'll ever really truly know, but we do know how to program it. And in programming it, we know how to make it, function at a peak. And it's really important that all of these practitioners and all of you that are out there, the hundreds of thousands that are implementing this in your practices and your daily work and starting to share it with your patients, it gives people the power to actually start to heal themselves or to self-soothe at home. And it's a much different model than you've all been used to. But this is a really big turning point for us because now science is starting to explain why this works, because it already does work. We don't have to argue with it right now with the tens of millions of people.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.